There was a time when I couldn't speak to opposite gender. I just couldn't because I used to be so shy in front of them. They used to look like an alien to me, and it was so difficult for me to manage. Also, in the past, I got many opportunities. Or simply, should I say, as a student, we all had opportunities in schools or colleges. Likewise, I too had. If I wanted, I could also speak on the stage. If I wanted, I could also present myself in front of the class. But I never did that. Why? Because I was lacking confidence. I was not confident at that time at all. I never initiated the conversation even. So I always repeat this thing in my sessions and everywhere whenever I speak. Whenever we learn English language, not only do we learn a language, but also the way to communicate. We learn the communication skills as well. So again, there was a time when I never wanted to initiate any conversation, whether I used to buy something in the market or I used to be in any train or bus. I never wanted to initiate the conversation. I was never interested asking people, where are you going, what do you do, what's your occupation. But then when my journey started, I started doing everything. So in this video we will be talking about the 3 habits I adopted, I inculcated, or I still have that habit, or I have been following this habit since then. What are those 3 habits we will be discussing in this video, and if this worked for me, it will surely be working in your case also, if you really want to implement it. Hi everybody, this is Tanya, your ESL coach. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. So the first habit I inculcated in me was not considering the other person superior than me. I think this is the worst habit most of us have, that the person whom we communicate with, we think that the person is superior than us. And there the problem starts. As soon as you think that you are nothing in front of them, you start to fumble and you start disrespecting yourself first. You start telling the bad words to yourself, that how can you speak, you are not able to speak with them, they are so good. So you are glorifying the habits and the personality or the traits of that person, and you are demoralizing yourself. So this is the worst habit most of us have, as I said, and I'm still working on it. I won't lie to you guys. Still, in some cases, in my personal life, again I'm highlighting, in my personal life, still there are people, I may respect them a lot, I may consider them superior, I may respect them a lot, even more than me. So these situations sometimes occur. I'm talking about the personal life, I'm not talking about the professional life, because in professional life I'm highly professional. If this is happening in my personal life, then I believe this shouldn't be happening even in anybody's personal life. In my case, I'm multifaceted. I change my personality according to the person, according to the situation, and it's not in my control. I don't do it intentionally, it happens automatically. But as I said, that I'm working on it, because we should be confident everywhere and with everybody. There was a line I read, that nobody's aura should affect your personality. And Sandeep Maheshwari, when I used to watch his videos, so he also used to say that stand in front of the mirror and say, I'm the greatest person in the world. I'm the greatest person in the world. Say it many times in a day. So when you do it, you first start respecting yourself. It doesn't mean that you will gain arrogance, you will gain pride, but it simply means that you start loving yourself, you start giving priority to yourself, and this way you will normalize talking to them, even whom you think or they used to be superior ones. So this is my first tip. This is actually the habit that I have built in myself, I have inculcated in myself, and as I said, that I'm still working on it, and I will be working on it in the future too. Now my second habit is the breathing exercise. There are some weird places where I may have to speak, or there could be some people who may seem new to me and I may not feel so comfortable speaking with them. What do I do if I have to speak? Right? It's not that I will unnecessarily be speaking, but if I can initiate the conversation and I'm not able to muster up enough courage to speak with them, I perform the breathing exercise. I tell you how. If nobody is watching you, then you can keep your left hand on your stomach and right hand on your chest, left side, near to your heart, and then you can perform like this, okay? When you inhale, your stomach should come. I'm not teaching yoga for sure, but this is what I follow. So when you inhale, your stomach should come out, like this. And when you exhale, the entire air you have to exhale. So when I perform this breathing exercise, it makes my mind relaxed. And I do it also, I won't again lie, that when I come to shoot the videos for YouTube, there then also I do, because there nobody is listening to me, and you can understand how boring it becomes when you know that nobody is really there, and you are in this room alone, and you have been speaking for a while. It's a little weird feeling. So there also I have to do, or I do it, it's my habit. Okay. And the other, in the same point, in the same habit, what you can do whenever you are not feeling confident, let's suppose you have been speaking, and whenever, or as soon as you realize that you are fumbling too much, as soon as you realize that your words, your mind is not supporting you to move forward or gather more words, gather more sentences to express your ideas or to interpret something, then take a pause and then again breathe. So this breath is very important. Why? Because see, if you're speaking right now, I'm speaking continuously and I'm not able to find the next word. Let's say I would think, I may look here and there, I may not make the eye contact really, but I will show as if I'm thinking something very important. So yes, breathing exercise is very, very important in order to sound confident, in order to speak confidently in any language, especially we are talking about English. So consider English. Now, the third and the most interesting habit that I have developed over the period of time, and that too very late, is ignoring my mistakes while speaking. Why I'm saying that it came late to me? Because when a person who is surrounded with extroverted people, who hang out more or who have that environment of party and all, and they also come from English medium school, so they have a different gang, they have a different group. So when they speak and then when they make mistakes, it's completely fine for them, because they don't even realize that they are using something wrong or they are committing errors. But for me, being a Hindi medium student or coming from that kind of background, for me it was not normal at all. I used to think that I am not supposed to make errors while I speak in this language. And as soon as I realized that I was speaking something wrong, I stopped myself. I did not want to speak more. I felt that what if the person understands that I'm making mistakes? But the interesting fact was, nobody understood that it was the error. Nobody used to be the trainer, right? But I used to judge myself a lot. I used to observe myself a lot. And that was my biggest mistake when I did in the initial stage. And I would suggest you guys also, if you also have the habit of judging yourself a lot, then please don't do that. Until and unless you are with a trainer, nobody will judge you. Nobody even knows that you are committing errors. If you are thinking in your mind, then keep your thinking private. Don't do that. You can definitely work on your errors, but you cannot think all the time. You cannot abuse yourself. You cannot torture yourself for those errors. And even now, you would see that most of the many speakers make mistakes. So what do they do? Do they feel shy? Do they feel like not proceeding with their sentences? It doesn't work this way, right? So now what do I do even when I feel or I realize that I am committing any mistake, or I spoke something wrongly? So I have two options. Either I would repeat the same line with correction, or I would just simply ignore that. Repeating your sentence is also a challenge. Some people do not want to repeat their sentence. They think that what if I repeat the sentence and then that sentence gets highlighted and the person would get to know that I spoke something wrong. But in order to make yourself feel good, you need to do it sometimes. For example, if I said something wrong, let's say that he don't like me, which is a wrong sentence, I have to say he does. Maybe, what am I saying? Do not take it otherwise. So okay, coming back. So if I say that he don't like me and this is the wrong sentence, so if I know that you guys may not notice that I spoke something wrong, but it would not give me a great feeling. It will always be there in my mind that, oh, I spoke that wrong and how am I speaking? Then the tendency is to commit, or I would tend to commit more and more mistakes after that. So it's better to repeat the sentence and say that he doesn't like me. So in this way you will gain the confidence. Your confidence will be boosted up because you know that whatever you have spoken so far were all correct. Yes, if unintentionally you are saying something wrong and you did not realize that you said something wrong or you committed error, so it's fine, you just flow and flow. But if you realize and you don't correct yourself, then this is wrong. The ultimate mantra I haven't said yet, and that is having a warm smile. I don't know, I just mentioned three habits, but I should have added it somewhere in between, but I didn't. But you need to listen to it. You have to have a warm smile, especially when you are not feeling confident. If you do not feel like talking to a person, then it's okay, your choice. You want to smile or you don't. But in order to hide your emotions, you need to smile. Okay, there's a thing, no, whenever we talk about manifestation also, so whenever you smile, you will try, okay, you are feeling so sad, you are feeling so low, but maintain a fake smile even till here. At least you will feel so good, you will feel as if nothing has happened, you will feel that everything is just so perfect. Okay, so having a warm smile also. Let me conclude now. First of all, do not consider that anybody is superior than you, because you are the best, you are the greatest. Respect yourself, value yourself, and love yourself. Do not consider that anybody is superior than you. Second is breathing exercise. Perform that breathing exercise, feel good, take pauses and take breaks, go slow, all these things. The third is ignore your mistakes, having a warm smile on your face when you're not confident. This is it, and this is all I wanted to say in this video. Thank you so much guys for watching this. I'll see you soon in the next video with another great topic. Okay, bye bye.